Terence Crawford, a dream match that captures many boxing fan imagination. We've been hearing about this match for years, and it have never been capitalized. So we got deeper research to see how they are matching against each other, and show you the reason why this fight never happened. Pacquiao is one of all-time boxing titans, and Crawford is in his prime as pound-for-pound king today. Many analysts and fans will say that Crawford would easily beat Pacquiao, especially in his 40s. But in boxing, styles make fights. And in my opinion, the great Manny Pacquiao is the kryptonite of Crawford, even in his 40s. So, I will share my thoughts with you, and you can tell me your opinion in the comments below. Crawford is the best switcher since Marvin Hagler, and most of his recent success was with southpaw stands. He liked to dominate the center of the ring and keep the fight there, so he had enough room to escape when he is under attack. And when his opponent is static, then we see Crawford talent flourish. So the big question is how to beat Crawford. First, you need speed. We saw Gamboa uses his speed advantage effectively, moving in and out, and circling around Crawford, letting him miss, and even rocking him. The issue with Gamboa is that Crawford was too big for him, and the fight ended with slug fist. Crawford also shows vulnerability against speed and angles, especially in his last fight with Kowalski's, who kept landing the left hand all night long, without any adaptability from Crawford.
One thing about Terence is that he is vulnerable to a good southpaw puncher. He leaves himself open a little bit. So the question is, Manny, who's a terrific puncher, if he nails Crawford, what happens?
Marcus is trying that. Does that work?
The splitting counter is another signature punch for Pacquiao that is vulnerable to Crawford. It's part of Pacquiao's main arsenal, which he can throw in both hands.
I watch change. I don't look for mistakes ever. I look for habits. And habits are something they can't get rid of and something you can take advantage of at all times.
So I followed Freddie's advice and studied tape in slow motion and without commentary. And one of Crawford's habits is that he drop his guard down and leave his chin in the air directly after his opponent throws the over right hand. He counts on his reflexes and movement of his upper body to avoid punches and drops his perfect guard, while he tries to escape backward in a straight line, which create an opening for Pacquiao to land one of his most dominant combinations. With a speed advantage, Pacquiao has a punching flow synced with his footsteps. Once we connect with the first punch, the second follow with lightning speed, and the third is ready on set to go. And the fourth is on standby to attack if the opponent didn't fall down.
You knew he was going to be quick, but did you expect him to be that quick?
He really does have that hand speed. He jumps in and out with quickness, and as I was on my back foot, he was leaping in. He continued to punch. He caught me at an awkward moment, and down I went.
I found it as a repeatable habit, even in his last fight. With a planted feet to the ground, he leans backward while lowering his guard, which create an opening to land clean shot and clip him down.
And so he would move in as a southpaw, and Kowalski was timing him and finding the right hand. Hit him with the right hand and knocked him down. Clean knockdown.
This habit was carried out with Crawford throughout the years, since the amateur days, which will create an opportunity for Pacquiao to land his signature combos that rocks world champions throughout the years.
Oh, it does the 1-2. I fall down. I'm like, wow, that didn't seem that hard. Why did I go down?
Another aspect of Crawford's game, that he is a pressure fighter. He always likes to fight forward.
See, fighters who are used to going forward and they just don't know how to fight going backwards because they've never done it. So if you take them out of their comfort zone, then it becomes a psychological game here, you know?
Another thing that is in favor to Pacquiao is the mental aspect. Since Crawford's stubborn and undefeated, that plays against him, especially if he fights an older fighter.
Seeing him beat Keith Thurman at 40 years old, like, god damn, this guy's great.
Man. I didn't even see the fight.
Well, when he dropped him with that right hook early in the first, you're like, oh,
it's like a right
shit.
slam.
Yeah.
He jumped in with the left and followed by like a straight right.
Manny Pacquiao. Oh, down goes Thurman! And let me tell you, that was just
They were showing him hitting other fighters with it. Same thing. Well, boom, boom.
What would you have did if he came in with that shit on you?
I think what happened is with all undefeated fighters, you get a little overconfident. You start thinking, hey, nobody can beat me. I've never lost. And it's okay for other people to say it, but when you start believing it yourself, that's when you are defeated already.
So tired though, Jim. If he misses a punch, he goes completely off balance. You get all the credit in the world, but again, he's a 45-year-old man in a young man's game. Now, Michael Moore, is that
Goes for on a right hand. An unbelievably close in right hand shot. It happened. It happened.
And that's you and Felix Trinidad, right, Bernard?
Yes, it's the same concept. Trinidad was undefeated.
And you were actually the underdog against Felix Trinidad.
Down goes Trinidad.
History always gave us lessons, and sometimes repeat itself.
boxing's pride of the Philippines, the ageless wonder, the one and only current WBA.
Even though Pacquiao is in his 40s and well past his prime, the fact that he is holding a world title from an undefeated fighter is a remarkable achievement added to his undeniable record. But as a big Pacquiao fan, I don't want to see him lose in dramatic fashion like other legends. Especially we don't know when age is going to catch up. The timeless fighter from the Philippines is one of the greatest boxers of all time, known for his unique fighting style and his warrior's heart. And Bud Crawford, the Omaha native, with incredible technical and fundamental skills, is one of the greatest boxers of this generation. You might think that Crawford, with his youth and athleticism, could beat the last stand, Pacman, but we can still argue that Pacquiao experiences, speed and footwork, would give Crawford a major problem. This is not an easy fight for both fighters for various reasons, and no one can predict the outcome of this match, because both fighters are riding their own destiny with pride and glory. And maybe we're never gonna see this match ever, but at least we can always say